What's going on, Dane?
What's going on, everybody?
What up, what up, what up?
Man, it's Saturday, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Feels good.
Is that a Levi shirt you got on?
Yeah. No, it's a Fox shirt.
Oh, like a racing?
Girl got it for me, yeah. Fox Racing.
That's actually a really nice shirt, dude. Nice and bright, like that red color.
Yeah, it's got a good tone to it. You know, a lot of these other shirts that she's got that I was, given, they always shrink. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's, so I give them away, and this one is the only one that's survived. There's another one I have, but it's survived where you can't, no matter what. I mean, it seems like it's not going to shrink on me.
What is it made out of?
I don't know. I'd have to take a look at that. That's a good question.
Well, it's not made out of cotton, that's for sure.
That's for sure. I think the other ones probably were, obviously, because it went from like fitting like this to I couldn't even get the top button on. It's like, because my shoulders, my back, shirts like that, man, they don't fit me well with that stuff, man. So
it's probably because you're buying a cotton t-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, well, it fit in the beginning.
Yeah.
But then it's like when it shrinks, that's where the problems occur. Like, it's still good, like arm length and all that stuff, but then it shrinks and it seems like, I don't know, like the top part doesn't fit my shoulders and things. So.
I mean, look at that on the screen, man. You look good on that.
Yeah.
Nice and bright red, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know why. Every time, wherever you go, man, it's like the light just shines right over you, dude.
Well, sometimes it might just not be the light. Maybe it's the person.
I mean, look at me. I look like a bum.
I just
rolled out of bed. I'm embarrassed of myself right now.
Nah, man, you look fine.
Yeah, well, I guess.
You look good, man. Red matching red today.
Yeah, I know. I guess you got the memo, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Wearing red.
And I got, I like the red, man. You got nice red carpet.
You know what I like about red, right? It kind of like stands out. It's like bright. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they use it for stop signs,
Is that what it is?
Your eyes are like,
you're moving too fast.
Your eyes are like, whoa.
I noticed like Hawaiian royalty used to always wear red.
Hawaiian royalty?
Yeah, because it like signified like power.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's why if you look at like their like coats, like their feather capes and stuff like that, it was like made out of like red feathers. And it was just bright.
It's crazy, man. I know we got the Super Bowl.
I know. Did you see that video I posted?
Yeah, man. It was kind of cool. And
I thought I was going to get some hits on it, but I didn't get no hits on it.
I mean,
it's kind of whack.
Nah, you got hits on it. I mean, it wasn't. There's some videos that people, may want to be interested in, or what I mean? So
more in tune with,
yeah.
Well, probably that was my fault because it's a real estate channel, and I'm posting on what topics to pick or who to pick.
I think it's just the fact though that I'd be curious about what you're trying to buy into. I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to persuade my betting.
Yeah.
But I would still take a look at it. I mean,
I don't even know who to bet anyway. Maybe
that's the thing. Maybe it's they tune in because they want to give you advice on how to bet.
Well, that was the whole idea of that video, to see exactly how to bet. Somebody made a suggestion on that video, was saying do like a 3-way parlay. And I think he was talking about who made the first touchdown, right? Coin flip, right? And there's another one. It's
crazy how many different ways they make a bet on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, do you think they'll do a touchback 5 seconds into the game? Say yes or no and put money on it.
Yeah.
It's like.
And the other thing is, I was reading in the paper, I think it was yesterday, I think it was like 7.6 million people, right, in the U.S. are actually betting. Isn't that crazy?
I think there's more of an attraction not to win the game. Like, obviously, they care, like, the teams and stuff. But it's more about, like, this. I don't know. It's like the hype. Everybody wants to go put money on the game because it's the only game. And maybe they open up ways of betting through the sports book. But I'll tell you, man, you go in the casinos, dude, it's crazy, especially right now. Everybody's like checking out this, what's going on with it. And I don't know, to me, it attracts me. Like, I would bet on this game.
Well, who are you going to bet for?
I don't know. Like, I don't, like I said, man, I don't really get into it like that. I really don't. But
I mean, you used to be heavily deep into football.
What I'm into is, I'm into fantasy football. It's a little different. Like, I don't have a team and I don't really watch like the teams. Now, it does have some similarities where if your people are, like some of the players and stuff, if they're hurt. But as far as like me watching the game and like knowing exactly all the players and things, I mean, unless they run my fantasy football, I'm not really following it. But
Are you following the stats right now with like the Chiefs and Tampa?
No, and that's what I'm saying. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you what the the betting wager is. Like, what's the spread? Like I couldn't tell you any of that stuff.
Well, the far as I can go with this is I can just tell you Kansas 16-2 and Tampa's 14-5.
Yeah, that's their record. But I mean, like it's weird because you gotta be a fanatic, right? You gotta be a fan. You gotta understand and be in it. Like there's people, man. This is like their life. Like they literally surround their whole Sunday about this day.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll be honest, like I'll probably watch it and I might even bet on it, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit there and make it my whole day. I'm not going to get food and, do my own little,
it's almost like a Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It's like a traditional thing, which is cool to some people, but I'm not going to give my whole Sunday up for it.
Yeah.
It's not into it that much.
I think that's the reason why this year, I mean, I don't even gamble, but I just decided, hey, I'm just gonna throw some money and see what happens.
Well, that's what makes it interesting. And also too, when you gamble on anything, just like in fantasy football, that's gambling.
Yeah. I think that's what makes it more exciting.
That's all it is.
Because you have something to lose. And now you're rooting for a team.
That's it. You're really kind of playing, for yourself. Like you're going to get something for it.
Yeah.
Versus if you're just watching the game and you got all this stuff going on, you're like, I want to go for, I don't know.
That's just crazy.
I don't know. And the other thing too, man, is you watch these games and stuff and it's like, to me, it gets very redundant.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's boring, but it kind of gets to a point where it's like, it just seems kind of like, I don't know. It's, once you watch a few football games, it's kind of like there's nothing you haven't seen almost. I mean, there's some things that happen like these crazy catches, but I don't know. I don't get sunk into watching every play and, I'm on the couch let's go for it.
What's crazy is throughout the season,
I
watch the game every once in a while. I'll just flip through the channels. The Super Bowl is more intense, and it seems like when you watch it on TV, it's more in detail. Does that make sense? Like every camera angle, like every move and every
they
play.
want you to be a part of it. But I also think that.
But I don't feel that way throughout the whole season. I'm just watching the game.
See, here's what also the thing is that kind of annoys me is everybody wants those commercials.
Yeah, I don't care.
There's too much money into this game. There's too much delay. There's too much time. It's like everything just takes so much time.
You think it's fixed?
I don't think it's fixed. I mean, that would be kind of hard to fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure that in technology world today, it's probably easily, you can probably look at things and be like, I don't know, man. That seems a little weird to me, but who knows? You know
who we got to reach out to, right? For our picks. What is his name? Vegas Dave.
Vegas Dave.
Yeah, you know who that is, right?
No.
The guy from Hawaii? Oh, you don't know who that
I don't know who Vegas Dave is.
Oh, dude, so this cat is from Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
And right here, take a look on the screen. And this dude, all he does is he picks all type of teams, right? Who's going to win the Super Bowl and all that.
Man, you're giving a shout out to this guy. You know this guy?
No, I don't, but you know what? He's from Hawaii. But here's the thing. The reason why I'm saying this is that
you better send him a check. No,
yeah, send me a check.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's see if
you better send you a check, man.
Oh, you can't even hear this because I wanted to see exactly.
Bay Buccaneers. Do you know who's going to win? I know, and I have the winner once again. Besides giving the winner, I'm also going to give back and drop $1,000 cash giveaway for the first person to comment below and guess correctly the final score at halftime and the final score of the game from each team will win $1,000. Besides that, let me put money in your pockets. Click the link above the bio and cash out with the GOAT.
Oh, right. Cash out with the GOAT.
Dude, he reminds me of that fighter.
Who?
What's that guy's name from Hawaii, dude? That UFC fighter?
Don't even say Max Holloway. Not even close. BJ Penn?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Hey, BJ Penn heard that. He'll smack you up,
he does, though. Doesn't he remind you a little bit?
Not even close, dude.
A little bit, man. I mean, he don't look like him but he's got a round face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I seen
him. And he's kind of hyped up,
You know what's crazy? I seen this guy at the airport once.
Who?
This guy, Vegas Dave.
Oh, yeah.
And he's probably got more money now than before. But he was I think this is during a time period where he got famous from betting $1 million. I'm not too sure if this is it or not. I'm just paraphrasing on this. I think he would. I think he bet on a baseball game. It was
This guy, Famous Dave?
Yeah. It was like $1 million.
Famous Dave, dude. It's Famous Dave.
No,
right?
I'm sorry, not Famous Dave.
Who is this guy's name?
What do they call him? Vegas Dave.
Vegas Dave.
Vegas Dave. I'm sorry.
Famous Dave. Famous Dave's barbecue.
Yeah, he looked like he'd been eating that shit.
Put this barbecue sauce on this. Right?
Oh, dude. Hey, this guy's gonna send his.
God.
He's gonna send his people
crazy.
over here, dude, and smack me up, man.
Hey, man, you know I'm selling sports. I'm not selling Famous Dave barbecue.
Yeah. But what was crazy is so I get off the plane, right, I get off the plane from Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
And like I'm going to like this shuttle to go get the car. Next thing you know, this guy's, I think he's like only like 4'11" or something.
No way.
Yeah, dude, he's like super short. So he walks past me.
He puts that camera real close.
I don't know.
Does it that way? He takes
No, what you do is drop it lower.
Is that what it is?
So that way you look taller.
I see.
Special effects. And I remember he had like one of those rollaway like bags, right? That had the 4 wheels on it.
Yeah.
And the bag was like pink, and that's what caught my attention, right? And it was like one of those like hard case, right?
Yeah.
But I guess
Pink?
it was pink. But I guess he was dragging it for like his girlfriend at that time. And
Oh, wow.
I think they were like fighting or something, and she was probably like a foot taller than him, and like he was like dragging it, and he was like just mad, and he was like leading the pack, and she was like behind, and he was like grumbling. And they walked past me, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he just kept walking past me.
He's like, I'm surprised you guys were like, yeah, I know who you are. You know what I mean?
I didn't really know who he was, but
No.
I just recognized him because like every once in a while, like
You should have just blurted it out, man.
on social media,
It's
hey,
just-
you're Famous Dave.
Famous Dave. Hey, man, you make barbecue, right? you do that barbecue
I'm trying to think.
show?
Did I ever eaten there before? Have you eaten there before?
Oh, yeah.
Is it good?
It's good. I mean, it's not like my top 5, but it's pretty damn good. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's good barbecue. I think Lucille's is good too. I mean, like that Lucille's.
Ooh,
But you know what?
Lucille's is expensive, bro.
But you know what though? I mean, you gotta like they make good stuff. But
Yeah.
it seemed like the barbecue you make at home, maybe because you make it, is just as good, if not better.
Yeah,
That's just me. I don't know. Like if I put a barbecue, like the whole smell and the whole like process. It's the process of getting everything done.
That's just too much work, dude.
I don't know, man. I like it.
It just depends. Like, if you ain't got nothing,
Dude, you're
to
from
do,
Hawaii and you don't like barbecuing. Come on, man.
I ain't got the time for that, dude.
Just hire somebody from Hawaii. Come over.
Yeah, no. Did you see Resorts World here? You know what's crazy about this place? A couple things I want to talk about this. Number one, it's 3 different companies, right?
Wow.
That all merged together to buy this, which is kind of ironic, and it's kind of, I don't know if I'm feeling this hotel. I mean, what's your thoughts on this thing? Have you seen this like big screen?
I like
here?
it, man.
Do you really?
I do. And you know,
I just don't like the fact that, I mean, you got 3 different hotels on here and they're all together as Resorts World.
what's that down there? It's all shops and stuff. What is that?
Yeah, it looks like it is.
Okay, so is there a lot of casinos like that? Yeah. I think what they're trying to do though is like put that whole shopping and that whole experience where it encompasses a lot of different
They just
things.
want you to stay in.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to leave. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's like I'm gonna look at it and be like, hey, it's gonna be my favorite place. It could be, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Caesars has that though. You know what I mean? And then you got the what is that place called? The
Farm shops?
the Forum shops. So they also have like that city center. That's
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of
but
similar.
City Center it doesn't really have that much in there, man. I walked through that thing. I would say the Forum shops are a lot better. And
Yeah.
for some of you guys don't know what the Forum shops is, it's basically like a mall, right? In Caesar's Palace, which
Yeah.
is the casino
Yeah.
and hotel. Now, the reason why I brought up Resorts World is because I read in the paper that they were hiring 6,000 positions, right? But then there were more than almost like 90,000 applicants.
Jeez.
Dude,
And
what does that tell you?
well, here's
dude?
the other thing too. Are they doing online, interviews? Like, hey, we're gonna Zoom. Like, I'm sure people aren't traveling.
You would have to, but here's the thing. How does this work if you have 90,000 applicants and they're only looking for 6,000 people? So that means you would have to fill out an application online. Mm-hmm. The algorithm, right, would have to kind of automatically populate to see who would be up for an interview, right? So that way you can get rid of a lot of that, because they're not going to go through 90,000 applicants, right?
No, I think they'll too. Is they're going to hire more people than needed though. Here's how it works. They overhire because some people just aren't going to work out, especially like with the new cultures and how everything goes. So they're going to probably hire way over the amount of people that's needed,
but not 15 times more.
No. But I'm just saying, like, it's always like a backup plan that these, especially when you start a new company.
Yeah.
Like my mom, she was like a CEO of a company, Target, Target in California, and she was involved. She opened up a new store, and they would overhire people. So because there's just people that won't show up, they won't fit for what they're trying to do. It's like some people just don't make the cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Hey, I just want to say, if you guys want to call live into the show, 702-409-4495. That's 702-409-4495. Now, going back to this, what do you call employment thing?
Oh.
So, like I was saying, the algorithm, right? So, if you were going to get a job here, shouldn't you just like bullshit the application?
I think everybody does. I was a CFO of a company before.
I'm a CFO of the FOO.
I think everybody's like stretching the truth, man. It's like, who's gonna call? That's the thing. Like, who's like, I went through interviews. I was hiring somebody, and I was like, oh wow, you went through all this. But I'm sitting there thinking, after I hired this person, it's like, I didn't even call any of these people. So you can really put whatever you want. I mean, who's gonna really do that background work of, hey, did you work from so and so, and how's that employee? You can't really ask that, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, you're putting a resume out. I think it really comes down to, I think there's a big thing when you interview people.
Yeah.
It's your interpersonal communication with people.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it comes in, because if you can connect and you can adapt, you could be somebody that's got a huge, amount of experience, and, but if you can't communicate with people, you can't get along with people, I mean, there's not a need for you, it seems like, You know
what I realized with the corporate world? It almost seems like you got to kiss a lot of ass to move up in the ranks.
I think it's this, man. It's not kissing ass. I think it's more,
almost cliquey, dude. I don't like that.
Well, the corporate world's, it's definitely unique.
Yeah.
When you run your own business like I mean, you got to pick your spots. I mean, there's some things you got to do that, maybe that you don't want to do. You got to bite your tongue. But it's just, what I'm noticing is that people that get along with other people, they have self-perception. If they're, I think those types of people, they thrive, and then you got to have obviously some smarts, but I'm just saying, some companies will look at the fact that if you're connecting with people and you got that bubbly or that good personality, you're a chameleon, then they might hire you over somebody that may be more qualified.
Have you ever got fired from a job?
Of course.
How'd you get fired, dude?
Mostly I get fired because it's like when you go through the process of meeting with people and things, sometimes it just doesn't fit. And there's certain ideas like, hey, I got this idea that this is the way I want to see it go.
Yeah, it's like, Dan, this is my company, bro. Why are you trying to run it?
And then I try to like give advice, you know what I mean? And I think that's when you got to like reel yourself back in.
Yeah.
But of course, like there's also times where you're just like, dude, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Just because you have a job, I mean, especially if you're single and you're thinking like, hey, this isn't for me.
Weren't you like a bar back or something? A bartender?
No, I did a lot of stuff. I did,
oh, you're a true entrepreneur.
Yeah, I mean, I told everybody I was doing in banking, I was doing credit card collections. And that was like another world, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that are in that type of boat, like 60, 90 day lates.
Yeah.
Poof, try to get a payment out of them.
Have you ever got a payment out of them?
Oh, I did.
What'd you threaten them with?
I just told them, where's your address? And I said, I'll be down there if I don't get a payment. No, that's not just funny.
Did it work?
No, it didn't work.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think what it is, man, is everything has its lifeline.
Yeah.
Unless it's your true passion. You got a lifeline. I had a lifeline there where, I gave it a year, and after a year, I was like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it anymore. And so it went through the process of me trying to figure out and seek something else. I went back to college. Everybody's, college isn't like the savior. What college does though is if you're not going to put yourself in a position where you have a specific skill or craft, then it's better to do that and not waste your time, in my opinion, or you can just become an entrepreneur, like you said, and figure out
what was your major.
So I had I went through information technology. So I was actually going to start doing where I was going to
coding or something.
Yeah, I was going to be coding, and I actually did okay at it, but then
what happened with that shit?
So I got into it, and then I got a job offer, and then that kind of derailed what I was doing with that. And then I wish I would have stuck with it because the money in that's crazy,
dude. Maybe you could have been making bank now, right?
Yeah, and then I went into business technology, business information technology, and then I went to doing business.
We got a caller.
Oh.
Welcome to the Vegas Connection Show. Who's this? Who we talking to?
This is Colby.
Colby, what's up, man?
Hey, my wife and I just moved to Vegas from San Jose in September, and we've been wanting to buy a house, and we're seeing how supply is super low right now, and just wondering if it makes sense to buy now or wait until closer to when our 1-year lease is up, 4 or 5 months from now.
You want to answer that question, Dan?
I mean, if you want me to. Do you want me to answer that?
Yeah, I passed you the ball, homie.
All right. I think I would say this, everybody's got different goals. So if your goal is to, this is where you're going to be, I would do it sooner than later, only because now if you can't get out of your lease, you got to abide by that. But I would do it sooner than later because rates potentially could slightly go up. And we all know that the housing market's going up. Chuck can attest to that. And we have low inventory. So it might take you a few months to find a house anyways. You know what I mean? You might even have to fulfill that lease and try to get into a house out here, under that time frame that you have.
So, I mean, let's look at this. Kobe, when's your lease up?
September.
Okay. So we have September. Are you planning on buying a resale, or are you planning on buying a brand new home?
Probably a resale. I heard it's a better value.
That is correct. So then what you need to do is, the first thing I would probably do is go to lvhomeexperts.com, go to the financing part, and actually get financed with Dan, okay? Kind of see where you stand.
Colby, you need a loan, or is it cash? Because did we ask that question?
No, I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
We're planning to put 20% down.
Okay. So that's what I would actually do first. See exactly what you'd be approved for, how much you would have to put down, how much is coming out of pocket. Then from there, figure out how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how many square footage you're looking for, the location. Then at that point, go out into that marketplace to see if those homes exist. Okay? So now that's going to help you to determine, I found the home I like, it does exist, this is what my monthly payment is, right? So now you can compare apples to apples as far as rents. Now you can also take a look at rents within those areas to see what the rentals are, okay? Then also you need to ask yourself, are you planning on living in the property the next 5, 10, or 15 years? Reason why this is important is because will there be a correction? Yes. The problem is that I don't know when there's going to be a correction, okay? And if you're just buying based upon speculation, then maybe now is not a good time to buy. But if you know you're going to live in the property for some time, I would say at least minimum of 10 years, then you're going to be fine, because this is what is going to happen. You're going to go out, you're probably going to get a loan at 2.5%, let's just say, and a lot of people are refinancing their homes now at a lower interest rate. So you have to think about this. When you have majorities of Americans that have homes, and it's about 60% now that are homeowners, let's just say about 45% of those homeowners have all refinanced down to about 2.5%. When the market does crash, these people are not going to move. And the reason why is because everybody is payment sensitive, right? So it doesn't matter if you owed $1 million on your home. What matters is what your comfort level is and what your monthly payment is going to be. So it's like I could owe $1 million on a home, but if I'm only paying $900 a month, I'm not going to leave. And that's a prime example. That's the situation that I'm in right now. I refinance my home. I'm at $930 a month. To me, it doesn't matter if the market tanks. So that will also help you too as well. Okay. So now the question to you is, are you planning on living in the property for at least 10 years?
Not sure about 10 years. 5 years definitely seems like what we're planning for right now, at least 5 years.
Okay. So, I mean, within the 5 years, you are kind of teeter-tottering. Right now, the market is high. I see it still. It's potentially going to go up. I don't see a correction just due to the fact that interest rates are still low. And that's one of the challenges that you're going to have is also, if we take a look at the migration patterns, everybody is migrating from California to out here because of the tax purposes. So those are the uphill battles that you're going to run into. So do I see a correction coming? Yes, but I just don't know when. That's the problem. It's how far we can actually push this, can down the road, if that makes sense. And buying a home only really makes financial sense to you. So all we could do is provide the information to you, and you take that information and you say, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this. Maybe not. So now the next question I have, go ahead.
I was going to say, so I get what you're saying in terms of price, but supply seems so low right now. Do you think even if there isn't a price correction that there's going to be more supply coming online this summer as compared to now?
Well, that also depends on, with the forbearance, right? Now, I think forbearance is only, less than 3 million people, right? Is that correct, Dan?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's about 3 million.
It's very low. I mean, it's declining every week to week.
So you also have to understand that these people that are in forbearance, right? You would think that they would have to foreclose because they probably don't have a job, whatever's. But you also got to understand that the people that bought these homes, right, that are in forbearance, they probably bought in 2014, 2015, 2016. They're in an equity position. So if they are forced to sell, right, they're probably going to end up selling and taking that money and going back out to the marketplace and just to rent the property. So I don't see a wave of foreclosures coming here in Las Vegas. But again, I'm just speculating and based upon what's going on. You want to chime in on that, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, did he answer most of your questions? Colby?
Yeah. I guess just even without taking into account the foreclosures, though, do you have any more thoughts on supply, just that there's going to be potentially more choices, even if prices aren't coming down this summer?
Here's the thing. You're not going to have more of an inventory supply. Right now, the demand is just too high. We have such a wave of people that's coming in. We have over 8,000 people moving to Las Vegas every single month. I mean, the supply out here is just short. Let me give you an example. We are in a position now, okay, where I'm writing multiple offers, but I'm able to get it accepted. But there's a way how to get these offers accepted. How do we get these offers accepted? Well, what I'm doing right now in my contracts, I'm prepping my clients to pay a few $1,000s above the appraised price if they have the money. So this is how we negotiate the deal. So buyer agrees to pay $3,000 above the appraisal price, but not to exceed the purchase price. So what that says is if the asking price is $450, right, and the home only appraises for $440, you're coming up $3,000 more, but you're beating out every single offer. So there's techniques and strategies, right, in today's market, and that's why it's very important to understand what customary practices are in today's market. But I can tell you that homes that we go out and we look at around the 500,000 range, average days on the market right now is less than 24 hours. I mean, that's how fast things are moving. And the lower on the price point.
Yeah, that's the range we're looking at.
Yeah, and the lower that you go on the price point, things are going to move a lot quicker. You're going to have more challenges. Also, it really breaks down to the location. So I'm going to follow up with this question is, what location are you looking for?
We're renting in Summerlin right now, and we're looking kind of around the Summerlin area.
Okay. So if you're going to be looking around the Summerlin area, be prepared. You're paying about $219 a square foot, and that's what I would probably use as a barometer. And you're going to roughly get about 2,400 square foot home. But right now on the MLS, which is the multiple listing service, you don't really have that much of an option. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
is there any other places you would recommend checking out that are nice, that are comparable to someone? We heard Henderson is nice, and we're kind of looking at the northwestern part of Vegas as well. Now,
this is what I would do if I was in your situation. Once you get that financing out of the way, you figure out what your comfort level is, go ahead and look at all the properties throughout the Las Vegas Valley. The reason why this is important is because now you're going to be shopping the price per square foot. What you're going to notice is that the Northwest is going to be cheaper than Summerlin as far as price per square foot. That's what you're going to gauge as a barometer. Then from there, based upon the home that you like, you look at the home, you look at the neighborhood, you look at the community, you look at the master plan community, you look on the outskirts of the master plan community, and to see if the amenities fit your lifestyle. If it does, then that answers your question. Okay? And that way, the reason why we do it this way is so that way you have every opportunity to take a look at the properties across the Las Vegas Valley. The last thing that you don't want to do is move to Summerlin. You settle in, you're here about, 5 years later, and you realize, you know what, I should have probably bought out in the Northwest or the Southwest. There are better areas out there. So that's my suggestion to you. That's what I would do.
Okay, great. Thank you for the answers.
And I do appreciate the call. Do you have any other questions that we can help answer?
No, that's it. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much for the call. You have a blessed day now. Appreciate it.
Thank you. You too.
Oh, that was a cool call.
Yeah. I like the explanation. It was good.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I was just winging it.
Well, winging it.
Yeah.
Man, you're in the trenches all day, every day. It's so funny. It's Saturday. We talk about, which is cool.
Yeah.
But we talk about other things, and it always goes back to.
Yeah, I know. I try to get away from real estate.
But it's cool. Look, he had a call. He had a question.
Yeah, if you guys want to call with the question, call in. Vegas Connection, we talk about everything. Let's read some of these comments here. It says, love your channel and some of the sweet properties that you tour. How's your hip? Man, my hip is getting better. However, last night, man, I had some nerve problems along my leg again. Kept me up till like 5 o'clock this morning, dude.
It's funny, man, because you can do a lot of things, but if you don't have your health, it means nothing. You know what I mean?
Isn't that crazy how that works?
It's like, I'd rather, I don't know, you get older and it's just crazy, your
body breaks down.
Yeah, certain things, like you'd probably be up and running already by this time, if you were younger, a little bit younger, but
yeah.
I don't know. Some people have pinched nerves though, so.
Brady's going to pull it off.
Yeah.
Should do a
man
QB under.
Look at that last one.
What is the last one here? Happy Saturday from where?
The Netherlands.
Netherlands. Mm.
You've reached the Netherlands.
Who's your Super Bowl pick? I think I'm just gonna stick with the Buccaneers, dude.
Yeah.
I might just do one bet and just let it ride.
I want to give a shout out to somebody, Cece.
Yeah.
She's got to get a shout. She's like probably the most. She really promotes us, man, and you, and so
yeah,
you got to have fans. No, I wouldn't say she's a fan, but I would say she's somebody out there that always tunes in, and she promotes, and she's got good vibes. So
yeah,
want to give her a shout out. So thank you for tuning into both sides. And what else?
Any more comments here? Damn, It seems like the comments are coming in.
Netherlands.
Yo, I'm in Vegas too, man. Oh yeah.
Netherlands is in Europe. He just said that. That was bringing it. Or
cool.
bringing the new.
Where's that famous Dave at, man? Hopefully he's watching this.
Man, he's gonna
give us a pick, bro.
He's a famous Dave. You've originally changed his channel now. Matter of fact, he should probably change it to Famous Dave.
Hey, well, I'll hashtag him famous Dave
instead of Vegas Dave. Famous Dave. He should be Famous Vegas, or I don't know, Vegas Famous Dave.
Oh, there you go. Vegas Famous Dave.
There you go.
Oh,
that's funny,
dude. That guy makes tons of money, dude, on picks. It's crazy.
What's weird is, I'm curious to see if people like actually win a lot of money from that guy.
I'm sure what they do is he's like is it called like a bookie or something? No, a bookie is where you pay money and you bet, right, against them. They're like the house. They're like kind of like the casino, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Gambling. I think that's what they are, right? Who are the guys that pick your picks?
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't gamble, so I don't know. I mean, is it who are they? What, I don't even know their name. You should Google that.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below. People that pick teams for you.
I mean,
what's it called?
I don't know. I mean, there's what is the name? What is it? I don't know. What is a sports jockey?
I don't know. Oh, that's a good sports jockey.
I don't know.
Sports
man.
analyst.
Sports analyst. Who knows, man? Somebody got to help us out with that.
The limp.
Pimp with the limp. Hey,
Pimp with the limp.
that's your new video, man. You should be putting one out that says, "Hey, this house, we're gonna be going pimp with a limp." You have to show it
Bought
around.
a new build last year at this time and was watching your videos to learn and decide. Thanks again for all the videos and laughs. Cool.
There you go, man.
Chris Colt.
You know how you touch a lot of people's lives?
I guess so.
I guess so, man. You're in a lot of people's living rooms. They're like, "Hey, let's tune into the 6 o'clock show with Chakits.
Yeah. Dude,
We'll eat dinner."
I haven't posted a video for a while, though.
Oh, it's funny, man.
It's kind of hard, and I do apologize, guys. The reason why I haven't posted a video for a while, because I'm only able to walk for a little bit, then my leg starts hurting again. And I don't want to over push it because I don't want to be in the same situation. You're in my bedroom.
Dang. That's cool. You know what I mean?
Rocco, isn't?
Rocco's making it happen.
Well, Rocco's the guy.
So?
Yeah, I don't want to be in the bedroom with him.
I watch you in my bedroom. I turn you on all the time, man.
That's gross. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man. See?
He said, yes, don't overdo it.
Yeah, look at this, man. 2 guys on a Saturday, ain't got nothing to do, no life.
Oh, we got lives. We just want to spend it with
you guys.
You guys, man. We want to spend it with the fam.
Rocco, man, don't be hurt, man. You know I got love for you.
Yeah, Rocco, man, we're just playing, bro.
Man, that's what we do, man. We got to have some fun. Stop taking things so serious out there. You know what I'm saying?
Just take the picture down from the wall of Chakits. Just like,
you know what's weird is yesterday I had a agent that came into my office and basically said, read the comment. What is he saying? You have the porn stash going on. Is that what it says? Yeah. You lucky I ain't got my glasses on.
Oh, man, that's a good one.
Is he talking about you or talking about
I don't
me?
got a stash. You got the stash, and he's talking about you, man.
Matter of fact, I'm going to grow that shit out.
Oh, that's great, man.
I'm going to grow that out.
Hey, you should. You know what I mean? And then you should come and you should like curl it up like this on the sides, like that little curl.
There's you know what's funny is there's an agent out there, right? His whole theme is like his mustache theme, and that's how I know that dude. Have you ever seen him?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what's his name, but he's got like a mustache.
And then your porn star name would be Pimp with a Limp.
Nah, I'd be Dirk. You call me Dirk Diggler. I'll be Dirk Diggler.
And now featuring.
Have you seen that movie?
Pimp with a Limp.
Pimp with a Limp. And I bust out like my fucking baby arm.
Oh my god!
It's like an elephant trunk.
That's
Nah, I'm just kidding, man. I got like a little Tootsie Roll, man.
Tootsie Roll. Oh man!
It's like a little egg roll and shit. We got $5. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Colby.
Oh, he is the man.
Did he just call in?
I'm not even too sure. Love watching the home tours. It was very helpful.
Man, we had a Colby or a Colby that called in?
It was a Kobe.
Oh, so it might be somebody different. This is a Colby.
Yeah. Not too sure. If it's the same person, let us know if that was the guy that called in. We got a super chat for $5. You know what that means? Oh yeah.
Hey. Where does that money go?
Right in my pocket.
Oh wow.
Well, the last
man,
one,
you don't need that $5.
Dude, $5 goes a long ways, man.
Man, you spend $5 when you go like, you just probably lose $5.
Hey, you want to know something? I'm gonna tell you guys this right here. A lot of you know that I'm cheap, and that's just how I am. But I like to say I'm conservative. But Dan got me beat.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't know if you're cheap. I just think you love money. I think if there was no woman in your life.
Oh, thank you for the advice. Love watching the tours. It was very helpful for someone new in the area. Yeah. You know what? That was my fault. I hit the wrong button.
Hey, check this out. Though.
Yeah.
I think it's the fact that
it is the same guy, right, Dan?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is the same guy.
Oh, it was me who called in. See, he did put it. Oh. See, you must have given good advice, man.
Where does it say that? I don't see it.
It's Colby, not Kobe.
Oh,
right there. So it was me who called in. Colby.
Where does it say that it was? Oh, okay. I see it right there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know why? You know what's crazy is like, as you get older, your eyes get worse, dude. It's crazy. And then here's the thing. Now that I got glasses, it's making my eyes even worse.
What?
I swear to God.
You know what's sad is, so I go to my parents' house the other day, you know, and I'm watching TV and everybody's watching, you know how old people watch Jeopardy, you know. Like,
that's still around? I thought that guy passed away, dude.
No, they did, man. But, you know, it's the old faithful, you know. They got to turn to it, keeps the mind sharp, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, is your dad answering questions?
Yeah, my mom and dad are like fighting each other for the answer.
Really?
Like, yeah, they're trying to time it out. Like, boom, you know, I got it. So anyways, I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I can't read the stuff on there. So I took my mom's glasses, I put them on. I was like, wow, this whole world's like bright now. So I put them back down.
That's crazy.
And it's like one of those things like, do I really want to like tell myself that I have my eyesight's going bad?
Yeah.
You know, and that's something you got to have it. Because it's like when you feel that way, it's like, it's not going to be me. I don't want to get old. Yeah. And it's not really necessarily old, but maybe in your mind you think that.
It's like your body does break down, though. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no joke, dude.
Eat lots of carrots.
So what is Kim saying? Hey, guys, if you had $500,000 to spend on a home, what would you buy in Las Vegas? Okay.
I'd buy 3 condos and rent them out.
And this would be your primary residence.
Just playing.
Where would I buy?
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing. People ask like, hey, what's a good place where you buy? Look, people be hyping up SUMMERLIN and all that stuff. Henderson. I don't even live in those areas. I don't even like those areas. And here's why. When you buy a home, it's based upon your lifestyle. If you got kids, I mean, obviously, if you got kids, you want to be in a certain school zone. So that's a compensating factor. So that's where you start. Like me.
Question on that, though.
Yeah.
So what if money wasn't anything that you have to think about? I'm not saying everybody doesn't think about money, but let's say you got money and you're like, hey.
An option?
I just want to go where I want to go. If I was in that place where I'm like, hey, you know what? Location's important. Obviously, the cost of $1 per square foot, everybody's trying to save money, but where would I be most?
If you could just go anywhere.
Yeah, if I'm going to be happy, I don't think there's a price tag on happy.
Well, that's true too. Now, here's the thing. It's like I'm in a position where, you know, I got to prove, obviously. If you guys did not see that video, I'll try to have a link in the description below if I remember. But anyway, I got a proof from Dan. I think it was like $7 million or something. Now, it's just me and my wife. You buy a $4 million home, right? Like, I want a, you know, nice custom home, modern Mediterranean style, looking over the strip. But then it's like, nowadays, that those things don't really appeal to me anymore. And the reason why is because it's just me and my wife. And what are we going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but again,
and that's where I'm saying it comes down to lifestyle.
Yeah, but it comes down to also what's your goals? Like,
that's true.
If you're somebody out there that has a business that's doing very well, let's say you have a business that's making multi-million-dollar business every year. It's $30 million a year. I don't know what to say. And do you need it? No, but there's a lot of stuff that people buy, cars and all kinds of stuff that say, do I really need it? Maybe it's just they want to do it because they want to try something out and because they can. Yeah. You know, it's not necessarily about should I evaluate. You know, we always talk about it. We come from where there's not a lot of money from our backgrounds, you know? And so when you strive to get something, it's something you've never obtained. I think that's where a lot of people want to obtain something that maybe they thought was out of their reach, and they go for it. You know
what's crazy is when you got money. When you ain't got money, there's things that you want to buy. But then when you got the money, you don't want to buy anything.
Well, you've bought stuff, but the thing is,
I ain't buying no $11,000 dirt bike.
Maybe the important stuff is that you haven't bought it though. You know what I'm saying? Like your important things. Like, well, what's important to you? I don't know. Maybe buying that car that you got, or maybe buying multiple houses. You know, it's not your agenda is to try to, you know, diversify. Maybe you want to buy $100,000 worth of gold or something. I don't know, whatever it is. But I don't know. Like maybe those people that want to buy those homes, they don't really care about what the extra cost is on location. Like you'll still give the pros and cons, but they might just say, you know what? It's what I want.
Yeah. So let's answer this question. $500,000 cash right now I just gave to you. Dan, you need to go buy a property. Where do you want to go buy? Quick. Hit it.
You know, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, 500,000 is not going to go crazy. I think I would probably.
You ain't gonna get much.
Yeah, I mean, it's not saying you're not going to get much, but you're not going to go. You're not buying a mansion or anything. So I think I would probably go up towards like Inspirata area.
Okay.
Yeah, or I would buy in Southern Highlands. That's probably where I would buy because you can buy a nice home over in those areas for 500,000. I think it stretches a lot further than going to Summerlin. Now, again, that's my perspective, right? You're trying to buy the most home, but if you're not looking because you got to stretch your dollar and you have the funds and you're not really worried about it, then and you're like, hey, Summerlin, there's a lot of things in Summerlin to like about, man. It's like the weather, there's a lot of outdoor life, there's pretty much everything at your fingertips. They got the Red Rock Casino. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, man.
See, and this is what I was setting you up for. Probably the reason why you really picked Inspirata was because you got kids.
That's right.
You probably want to be in a good school.
That's right.
Inspirata is more like a family type
100%.
of neighborhood. Soccer moms.
100%.
Soccer dads.
So it goes about your goals, right?
Exactly.
Like, what do you got? What is your niche and what is your goal of what you're trying to accomplish? You know, so
you can't answer that question. Basically, what I'm trying to get to. When people say, "Hey,"
well, let me say this. So let's say somebody says that though, and they come out here and they're like, "Well, I'm going to say 90% of people that go buy anything, they're looking for the best value." Where, in a lot of times, it should be where's the best location or what's the best for the long term. Like if you're going to go buy a car, a lot of people will buy the look of the car or the engine of the car, like how fast it goes.
Well, from my experience, clients will always say, "I want to go to Summerlin." Or Henderson. And the reason why they say this is because of what they are reading online or what they're being told from friends and family.
But and here's the question. This is what I was going to say is, out of all those people that ask you, where do I go buy a home or should I buy there? Do they ever start with the location that they actually introduced to you? Meaning,
no.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, this is what I do because my job is to inform these clients and educate them. And that's why we bring them into the office. And again, we lay down that foundation by financing, or if they're paying cash, proof of funds, what their budget is. Based upon their budget and their desires on their homes, their wants and their needs, then we look at all the homes throughout the Las Vegas Valley. Reason why you do that is now, like I said before, you're price shopping. So that way you're gathering the intel. Then when you start going out to those locations, you start from the home that you like, the neighborhood, the community, the master plan community, outskirts of the master plan community. Look at those amenities. Look at that lifestyle. Yeah. Does this suit and fit your needs? If the answer is no, then it's no. But then you may realize, I would rather go to Summerlin. I'm getting smaller square footage, but I'm paying for the lifestyle. Then that answers your question. That's how we hyper-focus on those locations.
Right.
That's the best way to do it.
I've
really used this philosophy for time and time again, and it always works.
The people that I think that, and I'm not going to say everybody, the people that buy in Summerlin or they buy like McDonald's, Highlands, or Ranch, or these areas that are more like desirable, but you pay a premium, right? I mean, it's usually people that money's not. It's not that it's not an object to them. Like it's not a worry to them. So they understand. If they're going up against, they understand they're already going into it. Like, well, we're going to pay a premium. Doesn't matter. We're going to get what we want, and we're okay, especially in this market where they're going above purchase price, right? So they might go above 10, 20,000, not even bat an eye at it. Where it's like, oh, okay, cool. But we're still going to be in those areas where I think if a lot of people are coming here, they don't know Vegas, they don't know Nevada, they don't know where all the spots are at. I mean, you can go and show them, but I think for the most part, people are looking for what's the best bang for my buck. And I think that's where everybody's going to say, well, it could be Summerlin. There might be a deal that comes up, but North Las Vegas is thriving, right? Henderson's thriving. Inspirata's pushing out. There's a lot of things going on, so it's kind of hard.
Somebody asked the question, did your road bike crash have anything to do with your hip situation? Actually, I think it did.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't look, man.
Matter of fact, I was talking about my wife, and this is the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I was looking at my hip. I have like a big scar right here on the side from like road rash. So it literally like was right on.
Do you have a scar?
Yeah, it's a big scar.
Wow.
So that's probably what it was.
It's crazy because you don't think.
And dude, and the fall was like, it was hard, and I got scuffed up, but man, when you're a kid, I'll shake that off and walk away, and I'm still running, you know?
But also, too, man, you're not like, and I don't know, but when you get older, you got to stretch more. And when I used to, like, I play indoor.
I never stretched, man. I just, boom, I'm running.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I play indoor basketball. I've played soccer, indoor soccer. I played.
Dude, with all that weight, you playing basketball?
I haven't been playing for a few months. So,
dude,
but
basketball is hard, dude.
Well, I'm not the same as I was, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's be honest.
Are you just mostly passing and just
I'm like
shots? Or are you hustling?
I'm just hustling. I'm like the big.
Are you running up and down that thing?
No, I mean, like, I am on some days.
Yeah.
And some days it depends on what I ate that day. So if I ate some spaghetti or something that day and I'm heavy, man, I'll be lucky to go up and down a few times, and I'm like, check me out.
I used to call you sometimes, right? And it'd be like 10 o'clock and you'd be playing basketball. Then you would have to work the next
exercise.
day.
So
that's not exercising, bro. You come home, you're like wired, dude. Like, how could you do that to yourself?
So let me say this. If I go to the gym and I sit on the treadmill and everybody's, doing their thing, I've been doing it for a while, right? And it just gets kind of redundant and boring to me.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I could watch TV and stuff, but it's just like, okay, I'm going to sit there on the treadmill. Now, I would prefer jogging outside or being in a sport, because
jogging outside is a lot harder than the treadmill, dude. Let me tell you.
New things are happening. I feel like I'm going somewhere. So I feel like it's changing. Where I'm like, if I'm on the treadmill, it's just like the same people. Everybody's looking at you. It's like you're sitting there and you're just running. Just kind of gets boring to do it every single day. So
I don't know, man. When I was on the treadmill, I loved it because I just turn on like the iPhone, right? YouTube, watching like some financial thing, just listen to it. By the time I'm done, I'm 6 miles. But now when I was running outside, it was a lot harder. Now the thing about on the treadmill is once you're done, you're like, hey, I'm done. When you run outside, you run 3 miles, you got to run 3 miles back.
No, it's true.
And it is harder running versus, running outside versus running on a treadmill.
The thing about sports, though, too, like when you were talking about like running on that treadmill, I think it makes time go quick. Like, you're so involved in the whole process, and you got to like, there's things going on, and your mind's not about like, I'm just sitting there jogging or walking in a, one area. The competition's there. Yeah. I think it just kind of lets time go. And then at the end of the day, you built a sweat and you feel good and you feel like you've done something, and for me, I think it's good to have variety of things. Like, you have to have balance, Yeah. And I don't know.
Hey guys, can you let us know in the comments as we are speaking, is there a lag? Because it seems like there's a lag. I don't know if it's a delay on my end. I mean, there shouldn't be a delay.
Kim's saying you gave her a partial answer on that.
Oh, what partial answer?
Hey, all having aches and pains cause of hormonal depletion or imbalance. LOL. Don't know what that is, but
yeah, I'm not too sure. So she said we gave her a partial answer. We never answered her question. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Let's get another comment on here. Give me one, Dan.
All right, let's do it.
Like Dan said, you're so handsome.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Like stretching, like Dan said, stretching is key, especially once you get older. I'm 57 and I'm stretching every day when I wake up. It helps a lot.
Like, how many hours, and are you like stretching like every single muscle?
Hours? No. I mean, I'm not doing hours, but
like 10, 20 minutes, and are you stretching every single thing on your body?
Yeah. So you got to know what muscles and body parts you're going to use. Like, I'm not going to sit there and stretch my shoulders and my arms too much if I'm going to go jogging. What am I stretching? My back, stretching my legs, my calves, making sure I roll my ankles. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, like
so you can like kind of get your blood flowing, and I mean, you're going to sit there, your lower back or your back, your knees, and your legs if you're going to go jogging, which is a lot. Now, if I'm going to go play basketball, I might be stretching my arms, my shoulders, everything, because I know I'm going to be jumping and stretching and, trying to get, you know what I mean? So it depends on what I'm going to do. If I'm going to go play soccer, I might sit down and I might, pull back on my calves more or my hamstrings more, because you're going to be doing a lot of quick spurts. You're not, sometimes you're jogging, but I mean, when you're doing indoor is just spurts. You're not really like when you go to a soccer field, you're like literally running down the field, like there's big, long runs that you do. Indoor is very fast. It's just you're one spot to another spot to another spot, and so I don't know. I think it depends, Also, it depends on what you've done during the day. Like if you've been sitting behind a desk like I've been doing, you might want to stretch everything just because everything just doesn't work well. So, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Somebody asked here on the comments. Let's see here. Do you know how strict the HOAs on installing own security cameras around the home?
Do I know? I mean,
yeah, I'm asking you the question.
That would be in the CCNRs when you get it. I think everyone's different. I haven't seen I haven't seen anybody really get too strict on that. I mean, you can't put it out, but I mean, you put it on your house, or you put it on the side, or you're putting it in front yard. I mean, they're not. I haven't heard anybody. I don't think you can obviously put it too far out, but I haven't heard anybody have an issue. Have you?
Well, I know that there are restrictions on cameras. Like I know that you can't just throw cameras out in cadence, but also what you can use against them is, hey, this is for my safety, and now you're not allowing me to add this for my safety.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're not like people watching, random people. I mean, as long as it's the security of your area.
Exactly.
And how are you going to prove that it's not?
Yeah, exactly. Just get one of those black domes. They can't say nothing.
Right?
Mm-hmm. What other questions that we have here?
Let me see. I don't know.
Why is it so dead silent? Come on.
I'm trying to look at some of these questions, but they're just kind of replying.
Okay.
One says, can you talk about the economy? It just does not make sense. People are getting laid off left and right. Yet the stock market and real estate keeps going up and up. How long can this last for?
That's the problem. I mean, didn't Biden try to push $2 trillion and the Republicans are asking for $6 trillion?
Yeah, I mean, the stimulus?
Yeah.
I think it was like 1.9.
Yeah, but I think the Republicans, they want $6 trillion now.
Why don't just give everybody a home, a car, and endless money in the bank?
That's the problem.
It's like, where's it going to stop? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And that's where all the money is coming from, and it's actually consumer confidence. So it's like the more money that we print, all these programs and stimulus money that we're giving to people, as long as they, go out and spend money. You see what I'm saying?
The economy too, like he was talking about, I think he's like, well, with the unemployment, people not working. I mean, if people are staying in their homes and then, you got people that are getting stimulus checks.
Yeah.
There's not a need for like any real like urgency for that. So is it affecting the economy? Yeah, it's affecting the economy. I think it is declining a bit as far as the unemployment, but as long as the government and the Fed are stepping in with this whole thing, I think this will stay the same as it is until the vaccine comes in, and which it's here. But I mean, as far as just people going back to work and things start to get back to normal, I mean, I think it's going to happen this year. I do. There's obviously the vaccine is going to play a big part.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I mean, if we take a look at the unemployment right here, it says like July unemployment was like 16.6.
Yeah, it's going down. It's just slow,
Now September is 14.6. That's pretty high for Las Vegas, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like this though. If you're getting a stimulus check, which doesn't help a ton, but you're not having to pay rent or a mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key part. Yeah, is it high? Sure, but what other factors that are going on? And there's no real. They extended till into March, so there's not. You got the student loan forbearance extended. They're pushing and kicking things down the road. Where is it good news? No, but it's not going to affect anything in the short term, and I don't think anything's going to change very much this year. Other than, I do think that it's slowly the economy is going to get back to normal. I mean, the inflation percentage right now is like 1.5% core PCE.
I mean, take a look at this. You're at 6.3% on the growth return to the U.S. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, weren't we like at like 12% on unemployment? Now we're at 6.3. I don't know if these numbers are accurate. And the reason I'm saying this is because for unemployment, they don't count part-time jobs, or they do count part-time jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Apologize.
It's true. Well, yeah, they don't count. They count only so many. I forget what they exclude, but they don't count. I think it's mostly full-time positions, I believe. I'm not sure if they're counting as part-time. I don't think they do.
And also when you file for unemployment, I think it only lasts like for 3 months into the system. and it gets wiped out, which means that they're still unemployed. So this number is not accurate. So I'm going to say it's probably about 12%.
Yeah, and I think too, like, inflation is a big part, and money circulation is a big part.
Yeah.
But let's just be honest. Like, so there's been a lot of trial and error over the last, decades, years. I mean, that has worked, didn't work. And I do think there's a recipe here where when I say I'm talking about decision makers, where, we're printing money, we're buying treasuries and selling treasuries. And there's, with the stock market being propped up in some ways. I mean, there's ways where the government has come in and now they know that how to really affect a market, or if there's somewhere that there's bleeding in the market,
yeah,
you can put a Band-Aid on it, and it's almost like this. They might not have the answer, but they'll put a Band-Aid on it and it'll be a temporary situation. And then that temporary thing turns into years, but then they'll figure out a way to manipulate it. And I think that's what's going on, is they're finding ways to stop maybe where the problems are at. And then they put a manipulation of something on there where they can either alter it or just sustain it. Maybe they don't even have an outcome for it. They just sustain it.
Dude, take a look at this, dude. GDP, which is gross domestic products. Look at this. We were hovering at 2.6, 2.4, -5, -31.4%. And I don't even know how this shot up to 33.4% on GDP. Now we're at 4% GDP. Crazy, huh?
Yeah, and one of the things I want to say, too, is like, a lot of these companies, they get that stimulus check.
Yeah.
Right? And they get that money.
And they dump it back into their system. They're buying their own stocks.
The question is that why is the money being used for what the reason is? Are you really in dire need of the money? Like, how do you qualify? And I'm sure there's companies out there that do that, but there's probably some companies that, they have already assets and then they put in and they got it approved because they're just a business owner.
Yeah.
And then that money that's being used, like, how do you, people always say, like, can I use it for a loan and all this stuff? And I don't know. It's like some companies, they get it and some companies don't get it. I don't know. It's just weird to me, like how all this is kind of unfolded and who wins and who doesn't, and how the money's being used. I know that some people obviously have misused it, but it's just weird. I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things that you don't know where it's all going to go. Like, what happens if this goes back again? Are we going to do the same thing again? And is it just going to keep going? I don't know. It's weird.
Now, I used to always get my stats from the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Now, I love the way that they do their site now. So how many people traveled to Las Vegas? So it looks like we're down 55.2%. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, I mean, that's expected.
Yeah, because of what's going on, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
and obviously the conventions are down as well. But,
we have, an average of 40 million a year?
42 million.
42 million, so...
Occupancy, we're only at about 42% occupancy.
But the Wynn came out and stated that they're going to take on more people in their hotel. And I do think, like, towards the end of this year, probably third quarter, you're going to start to see things start to thrive a little bit more. I think things are going to... This year, I do think that it's going to start to get back to normal. I don't know if the jobs are going to be there like they were.
Yeah.
But
McCarran International, 22.2 million travelers. Average daily auto traffic, 37,000. Direct visitors. So, I mean, I guess it's not bad. I mean, based upon our position, I mean, we're not running full throttle. I mean, we're only firing on two pistons. You know what I'm saying? Not
at all. And, there's capacity issues still here. I mean, for most, like California and New York, if we're in full capacity where they're, gross domestic product and things are going on there, where it's a normal situation that the state's doing, has the jobs and doing what it normally does in a normal market, they're big on how our economy thrives. California's 14% of how that comes out. And I think New York's like 8%. So, there is a considering factor when you have states still shut down or, they have capacity issues, and things like that with Vegas. So when that changes, I think you're going to start to see a lot of good direction. But, You know, and you know what? They're talking about doing that soon. So I do think this year is going to see a lot of, things are going to start to open up. I do think the economy is going to start to get somewhat back on track. But what we all know is that if it doesn't, their government knows how to manipulate really all markets. You know, we talk about all these markets probably artificially inflated in some ways, right? We do. And so there is manipulation, and that's why I do think that, they can put a Band-Aid on this thing, even though they're printing money and it will affect everybody, right? The inflation and all these things that's happening. It's not going to change too much. I think they're going to slowly bring the economy back by doing these things. Now, what is the long-term result? I don't know. I mean, it could be detrimental, I mean,
take a look at this right here. This is the most important number right here. We typically generate over about $10 billion a year in gaming revenue. Last year, we only generated $6.5 billion, down 36%. I mean, that's actually not that bad, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still a lot of money that they're hemorrhaging. But
well, listen, and everybody should take note of this. Everybody has the ability to go on to the online, right? And they can look and see what the state budget is.
Yeah.
How much the state actually has. So if your state's out there saying, well, we have no money and there's, not a lot. There's a lot of money with these states, and you can find this information out online. Like, I think I was looking at Nevada, like, I don't know, like 10 billion or so. I don't know, some crazy number. But when you hear this news, go online, because a lot of this financial statements that are for states, that's online. You can find this stuff out. Everything's at your fingertips now. They push this stuff online, and then you got a question.
They're required to push it online, right?
Well, then you got a question like, okay, well, we have this money. Where's that money going? If you got that much money sitting in some type of an account somewhere for the state, what is it being used for, right? And it's just those types of things that come to fruition. Like, what is it? Like, I like I said, I was looking at the state of Nevada, and it doesn't appear that we're hurting at all based upon that financial sheet. Now, obviously, I'm not in it. I don't know all the details. I'm not hanging out with politicians and the governor, but I'm just curious, like, what is the money? If we have that reserve of money on a financial statement for the state, where is it going?
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's finish up with a couple, some of these comments. What else we got here, Dan?
Keep going down. I think we already went through this one. They needed to open up everything. There's more. The more the government prints money, the more it's going to cost to buy stuff. A loaf of bread is going to cost $20.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's already coming.
Yeah, I think I spent $15 at Costco the other day for
bread.
Not just playing. Just playing about that. Money is flooding in Nevada from California. That may offset some of the losses from tourism. Yeah, I mean,
don't that indicates very hard times ahead? You got so much of the loss of income.
It's true, because obviously that person's living there, but I mean, it's kind of hard to gauge that. But I do think it helps. It does, When everything opens up again, don't you think a shortage in raw materials will occur?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, we already have that problem. But anyway, I think we ran our time long enough.
Yep.
Hour and 10 minutes. We try not to make it too long, because we don't want to get you guys all bored. But just wanted to say thank you for tuning in to the show. And don't forget next week, Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we talk about real estate and financing. And if you guys have not had a chance, right?
Is anybody coming on this week? I know we had a title rep last week, right? So
yeah, I got to find somebody. I just didn't have the time, you know what I'm saying? But when you guys have some free time, what I want you guys to do is go to lvhomeexperts.com here. Great website. Look, see this? You can buy a property over here in Overton for only $89,000.
I'm going to submit my offer today.
Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. What you're going to do is come over here. You're going to click Clark County, or you can just go Las Vegas here. Kind of give you a general idea. Whatever your max is, $500,000. This is what you're going to do. Okay. You're going to put 4 bedrooms if you want that. You're going to hit select. Now, these are all the properties that are currently available. Oh, look at this modern home right here. Listed for $499. Monthly payments, roughly about $2,347 a month, just listed. going to click that. Now it's going to prompt you to add a email. Okay. Now, if you guys want to get started, you're going to go ahead and click here on the financing. Get started. Takes you to Dan's page right here. Dan French, VP of Mortgage. What are you reading, Dan?
I got to throw this out, man.
Yeah, throw it out there.
So, Rocco put out today's show was brought to you by Famous Dave.
Now, that is funny. Bro, Rocco, if he kicks my ass, bro, that ain't gonna be funny.
He's gonna get a message from him today.
As long as I can get that. As long as I can get that on YouTube, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, how you throwing Famous Dave? I'm Vegas Dave.
Yeah,
man.
You big dummy. Dude, what happens if he really beats me up?
He shows up at your office.
I know. I'll be like, yo, bro, let me get this thing on video. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's funny.
But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time.